the other is the point that we're so right here where you see the white box that says Chadwick's Tavern is right here.
That's where we're at,
That's basically
Chadwick's
we're at
Tavern?
Chadwick's Tavern.
Okay.
But the map, this is an overlay. You see the whole map that's up at the top. This was a survey or plan that was published in 1765 for the royal governors of New York and Massachusetts for the main for surveying the roads between Albany and Boston, or Boston and Albany, whichever way you were going. So in 1765, a surveyor obviously surveyed the route and published this map. A fellow named Francis Miller. What I've done is I've taken that big map, copied a portion of it, overlaid it onto a quad sheet from the 1890s, rotated it and scaled it to fit, and it fits very, very closely to what we are standing on. So the road you drove in on, this section is called Beartown Mountain Road. The road, when you pass an old burying ground, you didn't see it because it's unmarked, but there's a driveway that goes into the woods. That's an old colonial burying ground. That's pretty cool.
We saw it.
It's down here about a quarter of a mile. And a lot of the original proprietors and their families are buried.
We saw it.
You also passed another burying ground a little bit further on the right-hand side up on a hill, which also you can't see. But, for example, Reverend Bidwell and his family, his wives, and a couple of his wives are buried in that cemetery. And also some of the soldiers who fought in the Revolutionary War buried in that cemetery. Going back to Knox, as I say, we know he came through here January 10th of 1776. He wrote in his journal, reached number 1. This was township number 1 before it was incorporated as Tyringham. Reached number 1, having climbed mountains from which one could almost see all the kingdoms of the earth. And then the next day, January 11th, after he'd passed through number 1, he gets to Blandford and Glasgow, and he says something to the effect that it's amazing that men and animals can haul anything of heavy loads up and down these mountains.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. The Greenwoods section, this area in the Berkshires was called the Greenwoods, and everybody who came through here complained about it from the 1600s.
Just wanted to get through it.
1695, Reverend Wadsworth, 1695 came through and called it a hideous howling wilderness.
Yes.
So Knox's journal does not specify which route he followed. He could have followed the route that we're going to walk on. This was actually the main road, the Great Road, although it wasn't so great. It was always a pretty tough road. But it was the main road, and it's hard to believe for 100 years or so between the Hudson River and Springfield, this was the main road.